All right, so you want to know if Ethereum is a good investment?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all this buzz about it maybe hitting $10,000 by 2025.
Yeah, especially by 2025.
We've got an awesome article to deep dive into for you today.
Okay.
It's from Bitcoin Dictionary,
Right.
and it's called Ethereum Price Predictions 2025. Will ETH soar or stumble?
Catchy title.
It is catchy,
Yeah.
and it's really recent.
Okay.
This came out December 29th, 2024.
Oh, wow. So just a couple days ago.
Yeah, so super fresh.
Nice.
So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack this article and really get into
Yeah.
whether or not Ethereum is a good investment for you.
That's good to me.
So the article compares Bitcoin to digital gold,
Right.
but then it calls Ethereum digital oil.
Interesting.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a pretty good analogy.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is like gold.
Mm.
It's
It's like a store of value.
exactly.
Okay.
But Ethereum,
Yeah.
that's like the fuel. That's powering this whole new world of decentralized applications.
Like smart contracts.
Yeah, all those smart contracts
Yeah.
and all these other decentralized applications you hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum is what makes all of that work.
Okay, so Ethereum's kind of like the backbone
Yeah, you could
Like-
say that.
of Web3.
I like that. Yeah, the backbone of Web3.
So it's not just another cryptocurrency.
No, it's way more than...
It's like a platform.
Right.
It's an infrastructure for
Yeah.
building a whole new version of the internet.
Exactly.
So before we go too far into those predictions for the future,
Yeah.
could you maybe break down some of the basics for us?
Sure.
Like, what are some of the key differences between Ethereum and Bitcoin?
Yeah, okay. So the article does a pretty good job of laying that out.
Okay.
So Bitcoin, with its limited supply,
21 million coins.
right, only 21 million,
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin is all about being this super secure form of money.
Okay.
And it's decentralized, so no one controls it.
Right.
But Ethereum, it's not just about holding value.
Okay.
It's about creating value
Oh, I see.
through functionality.
So it's not just digital gold.
All
It's
right.
got...
Utility.
It's useful.
Okay, got it.
And there's no fixed supply limit like Bitcoin.
Interesting. Okay, so then how does that functionality actually play out?
Well,
Like, what are people actually doing with Ethereum
sure.
that they can't do with Bitcoin?
Well, that's where smart contracts come in.
Okay.
Those are basically like agreements,
Mm-hmm.
but they're written in code
Okay.
and they self-execute.
Oh, wow.
So you can cut out the middleman and all kinds of stuff like
Yeah.
finance, supply chain management.
Interesting.
It's really powerful.
So it's like automating trust.
Exactly.
Wow.
So let's say you're a musician.
Okay.
You could use a smart contract on Ethereum to get paid every time your music is streamed.
Oh, wow. So you wouldn't need a record label?
Nope.
That's amazing.
No more complicated contracts.
Okay.
It's just code doing the work for you. That's pretty revolutionary.
Yeah, it is.
It seems like Ethereum is already changing a lot.
Yeah.
But before we jump into the future, I'm kind of curious about Ethereum's past.
Okay.
So the article mentions its price has been up and down quite a bit,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
like a roller coaster.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe you could give us a little history lesson.
Yeah. So Ethereum launched back in 2015
Okay.
at just 75 cents.
Wow, that's cheap,
I know.
right?
And then what happened?
Well, then the ICO boom happened in 2017.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, ETH was worth over $1,000.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then just a few years ago in 2021, it was riding high on the DeFi and NFT wave.
Yeah, everyone was talking about that.
It was soaring past $4,000.
So what happened after that?
Well,
That crash?
like any market, there are corrections.
Yeah.
So in 2022, we saw ETH drop below $1,000.
Oh, wow. So it lost a lot of value.
Yeah, it did.
But it sounds like it bounced back.
It did. It bounced back.
Like
This year,
that.
it actually reached a new high.
Yep. $3,419.92
Wow.
after the merge.
The merge, that's what everyone's talking about. I know it had something to do with energy consumption.
Exactly. The merge was a huge change for Ethereum.
Okay.
It went from a proof of work system,
Hmm.
which uses a lot of energy,
Right.
to a proof of stake system.
And proof of stake is better for the environment.
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
And it also introduced staking.
Which has been good for the price of ETH.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so people are basically locking up their ETH to help secure the network
Yeah.
and earning rewards.
Right, exactly.
That makes sense.
It's a win-win.
Okay, so we've talked about the merge,
Mm-hmm.
but what else is driving all these really optimistic price predictions for ETH in 2025?
Let me think.
What's got everyone so excited?
Well, there are a few things.
Okay,
So we talk about the merge and the impact of that.
right.
But remember those expanding use cases we were talking about earlier?
NFTs, DeFi, all that.
Yeah. All that is built on Ethereum. It's becoming the foundation of this new decentralized economy.
Like the financial system of Web3.
Yeah, exactly like the plumbing.
Interesting.
And then the article also talks about this growing institutional adoption.
What does that mean?
So like big financial institutions,
Oh, okay.
they're starting to invest in ETH.
Interesting.
They see it as a long-term investment.
So it's not just tech people anymore.
Right, it's going mainstream.
Wall Street is paying attention.
Yep, they're definitely paying attention.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it adds more fuel to the fire.
Definitely.
The article also mentions this thing called EIP 1559.
Oh, yeah.
Does that have anything to do with the price?
Yeah, actually it does.
Okay.
EIP 1599 introduced ETH burning.
What is that?
So basically every time someone makes a transaction on Ethereum,
Yeah.
a small part of the fee gets burned.
Burned?
Yeah, it's destroyed forever.
Oh, wow.
So it reduces the total supply of ETH.
So it's like a built-in scarcity thing.
Exactly.
The more it's used, the more scarce it becomes. Exactly.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So we've got the merge,
Right.
increasing use cases,
Yeah.
institutional adoption,
Mm-hmm.
and this burning mechanism.
Right.
Sounds like there's a lot of momentum behind ETH.
There's a lot of excitement around it.
What are the experts actually saying about the price in 2025?
Well,
Are they all saying it's going to hit $10,000?
it depends on who you ask.
All right.
There's a range of opinions out there.
Okay.
So this article highlights a couple of interesting predictions.
Okay.
For example, coin price forecast.
Yeah.
They're predicting ETH will hit $7,800 by the end of 2025.
Okay.
But wallet investors even more optimistic.
Really?
They're saying $10,000.
Wow.
They think DeFi is going to keep growing like crazy.
Okay, so $10,000 is on the table,
Yeah, it's possible.
but I imagine not everyone is so bullish.
Well, there are definitely some risks to Ethereum's growth.
Okay, like
What could prevent it from hitting those price targets? Well, even with the merge, scalability is still a bit of a concern. Scalability?
Yeah, like how many transactions Ethereum can handle per second.
Okay.
Sometimes it can get congested.
Like when there's a lot of activity.
Yeah, like when everyone's trying to use it at the same time.
Like rush hour traffic on the blockchain.
Exactly.
Okay. So are there any solutions in the works?
Yeah, developers are working on it.
Okay.
They're working on what they call layer 2 scaling solutions,
Like what?
like Optimism and Arbitrum.
Interesting.
So these are like separate networks,
Okay.
but they sit on top of Ethereum,
Okay.
and they handle transactions off-chain.
Off-chain.
Yeah, so it takes some of the load off the main network.
Oh, I see. So it's like adding more lanes to the highway.
Exactly.
So transactions can flow more smoothly.
Right.
And it reduces those gas fees.
Yeah, those pesky gas fees.
Okay. So that's one challenge.
Right.
What about competition?
Yes, competition.
Are there other blockchains trying to do what Ethereum does?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
The crypto world is super competitive. So you've got other blockchains like Solana,
Mm-hmm.
Cardano,
Okay.
Polkadot.
Okay.
They're all competing for market share,
Interesting.
and they're all innovating.
So it's not a guaranteed win for Ethereum.
No, it's not.
And then there's the whole regulatory landscape.
Oh, yeah, regulation's a big one.
That adds another layer of uncertainty.
Yeah, for sure.
Governments are still trying to figure out how to regulate crypto.
It's like a complicated issue.
Yeah.
And how they decide to regulate it
Mm-hmm.
could have a huge impact on Ethereum.
Right.
It could either help it grow faster,
Okay.
or it could slow it down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's something to keep an eye on.
So we've got the potential, the challenges,
Yeah.
the overall landscape.
It's a complex landscape.
But let's get back to that $10,000 question.
All right.
Can Ethereum realistically hit $10,000 by 2025?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
Well, this article lays out some good arguments for both sides.
Okay.
There are reasons to be optimistic
Hmm.
and reasons to be cautious.
Yeah.
It really depends on how things play out over the next couple of years.
Let's break it down then.
Okay.
Let's start with the optimistic side.
All right.
Why could ETH reach $10,000 by 2025?
Okay.
What needs to happen?
Well, if institutional adoption continues to grow,
Okay.
if those layer 2 solutions actually solve the scalability problems,
Mm-hmm.
and if we see continued growth in areas like NFTs, DeFi, and gaming,
Yeah.
then yeah, $10,000 is definitely possible.
So there's a path,
There's a path.
but it's not a guarantee.
No guarantees in crypto,
Okay. Fair enough.
but it's definitely possible.
What about the other side?
Okay.
Why might Ethereum not hit $10,000?
Well, the biggest hurdles are probably
Yeah.
increased competition from those other layer 1 blockchains.
Right. Like Solana, Cardano, Polkadot.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's regulation
Yeah.
that could really put a damper on things.
So those are the two big risks.
I think so.
Competition and regulation.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
It is a very dynamic landscape,
It's constantly changing.
but I think that's what makes it so exciting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've talked about the technology, the history, the price predictions,
The potential risks.
and the exciting possibilities.
It's a lot to take in.
It is,
Right.
but it's all important.
But I want to bring it back to the listener for a minute.
Okay.
What does all this mean for you?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How can you take all this information
Mm-hmm.
and use it to understand Ethereum better?
I think the biggest takeaway here is that Ethereum is more than just a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
It's a powerful platform
Right.
that's driving a lot of innovation. It's helping to create this whole new decentralized economy.
Right. But it's not without risk,
No, definitely not.
just like any investment.
Exactly. You always have to remember that.
Since you got to weigh those potential rewards
Yeah.
against the potential downsides.
Do your research, consider your risk tolerance,
All good advice.
and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Words to live by.
So this deep dive has hopefully given you a good foundation of knowledge about Ethereum,
Yeah.
about its potential, and the things that could affect its price in the future.
It's a good starting point.
Now it's up to you to take this information and explore further.
Mm-hmm.
Decide if Ethereum is right for you,
Right.
and think about how it might fit into your investment strategy.
Exactly.
But before you go do all that,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Yeah. Okay, I'm listening. We've been talking a lot about price predictions.
Yeah.
But remember that bigger picture?
Mm-hmm.
Like Ethereum's role in Web3?
Right, and in all these decentralized technologies.
Exactly. That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, it does seem like we're just scratching the surface here.
Okay, for sure.
We talked about NFTs and DeFi and gaming,
Right?
but it seems like the applications could go way beyond that.
Oh, absolutely.
So what are some other areas where Ethereum could have a big impact?
Well, let's see.
Okay.
Think about supply chains.
Okay.
Ethereum could help create these super transparent
Okay.
and efficient systems for tracking goods,
Oh, well.
making sure everything's ethically sourced
Okay.
and reducing waste.
Interesting.
Or how about voting systems?
Oh, wow.
Imagine using Ethereum
Yeah.
to make elections more secure,
Right.
more transparent,
Mm-hmm.
and more accessible.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff.
So we could use Ethereum to revolutionize industries.
Yeah.
Empower people.
And basically change how we interact with the digital world.
It's like Ethereum is laying the foundation for a whole new digital society.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's pretty exciting.
It is exciting.
But I guess there should be some downsides too.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like, couldn't this technology be misused?
Yeah, definitely.
What about the potential for doing bad things with it?
Right. That's a valid concern. Any powerful technology can be used for good or for bad.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like fire.
Okay.
You can use it to cook food or burn down a house.
Right.
So we need to have these conversations
Yeah.
about the ethical implications of this technology.
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out how to govern it responsibly
Okay.
and make sure it's used to benefit everyone.
So it's not just about the tech itself.
Yeah.
It's about how we use it
Exactly.
and the values that we kind of bake into it.
Yeah, we need to be thoughtful about this.
It sounds like there are a lot of important conversations to have,
There are a lot of big questions to answer.
especially as this tech keeps evolving.
And it's evolving fast.
Yeah, it is.
And it's important for everyone to be a part of those conversations.
Okay.
The future of Ethereum and the
Yeah.
future of Web3,
Yeah,
it's being shaped right now.
right now.
And
Yeah.
your understanding, your insights,
Yeah.
your choices,
Yeah.
they're all going to play a role in what that future looks like.
So we all have a responsibility here.
We do.
It's not just something that's happening to us.
Right. We're not just passive observers.
We can actually shape the future.
We can.
And I think sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the hype,
Yeah.
the price predictions, the potential for making money.
Right. Everyone wants to get rich quick.
But we're talking about something much bigger here.
We are.
It's a fundamental shift
Yeah.
in how we organize ourselves, how we interact, how we create value.
It's a paradigm shift.
Exactly.
And it can be incredibly beneficial,
Okay.
but only if we approach it the right way.
Thoughtfully, responsibly,
Yeah.
with a clear vision for the kind of future we want to build.
That's the key.
This deep dive has hopefully given you a glimpse into that future
Yeah.
and maybe a framework for thinking about Ethereum's role in it.
Hopefully.
So as you continue to explore Ethereum,
Mm-hmm.
I want to encourage you to think beyond just the numbers.
Right.
Don't just focus on the price.
Yeah.
Think about the bigger impact this tech could have.
On society.
Yeah.
On the
What?
world.
and how it aligns with your own values.
Your own vision for the future.
Are you excited about a world
Yeah.
where power is more decentralized,
Mm-hmm.
where people have more control over their data
Right.
and their digital lives, where we can create systems that are more transparent,
More efficient.
more equitable?
Yeah.
Those are the questions to ask yourself.
Well, those are the big questions.
Because the answers are going to shape your journey with Ethereum
Yeah.
and the future of this technology.
It's up to all of us.
It's been awesome exploring this with you.
Yeah, this has been a great conversation.
I've learned a lot,
Me too.
and I'm sure our listeners have too.
I hope so.
And before we wrap up completely,
Okay.
I want to leave you, the listener, with one final thought-provoking question.
All right, hit me with it.
We started off asking if Ethereum could hit $10,000 by 2025.
Yeah. Will it soar or stumble?
But honestly, I think we found something even more important than that.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Ethereum's impact goes way beyond just its price.
It really does.
Remember that digital oil idea?
Oh, yeah?
Ethereum is like the fuel for Web3.
It is.
What if we were only thinking about the price of oil
Okay.
back when cars were first being invented?
Interesting.
We would have missed the whole transportation revolution.
Right, we'd be so focused on the short term.
Yeah.
We'd miss the big picture.
And I think that's kind of where we are with Ethereum.
I think you're right.
We're seeing this whole new technology being born,
It's a paradigm shift.
a new way of organizing ourselves, a
Mhm.
new way of interacting online.
Yeah, it's a whole new digital world.
And the decisions we make now,
Well,
the
that is-
investments we make,
Mhm.
they're all going to shape how this revolution goes.
It's an exciting time to be a part of it.
It's like the Wild West out there.
It is kind of like that.
So many opportunities, but also so many challenges.
That's what makes it so interesting, though, right?
I think so.
It's unpredictable.
And we're not just watching it happen.
Right.
We can actually be a part of it.
We can shape the future of this technology.
So as you learn more about Ethereum,
Yeah.
I want to encourage you to stay curious,
Mm.
stay informed,
Yeah.
stay engaged. Don't just focus on the price.
Right.
Go deeper.
Yeah.
Explore those different use cases.
All those amazing things people are building.
And think about what it all means for society.
Yeah, big picture.
Ask yourself how you can be a part of building the future you want to see.
It's up to all of us.
That's a great place to wrap things up, I think.
I think so, too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Ethereum.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you learned a lot.
Yeah, and that you're feeling inspired.
Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Onwards and upwards.
Until next time.